Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Recreators, which is on episode 12. This episode right here was actually pretty cool, not too bad. Although the way I looked at it, I thought I was kind of getting a little confused of what was really about to happen or what's really going on. But apparently, it's not really that bad when I looked at it, because I thought I may have to go into a lot of detail, but not as much as I think I need to. So if anything else, let's go. We have to it that Alistair ends up having a talk with Tokar Blitz about what's really bound to happen, especially what happened with Mamika. But apparently, after much talk between them, which I don't really care much about, we get to know more about Sota's backstory. We have to it that Setsuna-chan ends up trying to text to Sota, asking him I've been having this issue if it's okay for me to draw, and issue for me having to draw out art or something. And she's asking is it okay if I continue to draw, etc. Although the way I looked at it, it seems like she's already being affected by the cyber bullying kind of thing, and she does not know what to do exactly. So she's asking Sota's opinion about it. But apparently we see to it that Sota does not know how to answer, and might have just brushed her off by saying I never been through this situation before. Go figure it out yourself, or kind of thing. Don't ask me. But we also have to it that the last message Setsuna sent to Sota will be the only one that he will ever receive ever again after that, because she goes this is my last kind of drawing here and there. I had a lot of fun with you at a certain event, that kind of thing. And this might be the last time that we'll see each other. Goodbye, or something. In other cases, is writing a certain suicide letter, and guess what? She died by jumping onto the train track when the train was coming, which is very ugly. And of course, Sota, after he heard this from Setsuna's mother, he ends up deleting everything about her IP address, her phone number, all the art, etc., so he can forget about it. And it's revealed that he thinks he's the one that killed her, but the way I look at it, you didn't really kill her, or I don't know if you really killed her, but if you brush her off and decide to leave her as her be, I don't know how you should feel responsible for that. But I don't know, maybe I'm just a cold-hearted son of a jerk as usual. But now that it's revealed, I thought he might have became part of that cyberbullying, telling her off in a certain way. Then I would have been despicable about that stupid brat, honestly. And even after what's revealed here and there, I'm starting to be more lenient, and I'm starting to sympathize with Sota right now after what's been revealed here. But I'm still a little bit of being upset that he could have talked about this sooner instead of keeping it inside. Although many of y'all might be telling me, why don't you imagine your shoes in his position right now, dude? You think you'll be able to talk to it after what you just did, or you took the same actions he did? That I'm not so sure of, because if the whole world was at stake, etc., all this would have been easy and Mamika would not have to get killed. But aside from that, for me rambling on about Sota, we have to it that Meteora says you feel guilty about it, then you want to stop Altair. As for the creator of Alistair, she ends up having a little small talk with him about why her world was created. Although it was a simple conversation, which I think you need to go take a look at the conversation yourself to understand it, because she asked certain questions like, why was my world created? Is it supposed to teach someone about certain lessons about courage, bravery, and justice kind of thing? I don't know, but whatever the situation is right now, it's a little beyond comprehension of where I could really explain it to you. Even if I try to explain it to you, you'll only be confused. So, like I said, those of you who are up to date with Recreators should understand that you should watch the episode first to understand what the heck's going on. But aside from that, we have to it that Meteora suggests that they talk about Altair's attacks. And we have to it that Altair's attacks is pretty much limitless in a certain way, because people are creating stories about her, and it's having a lot of sympathy in a certain way. I don't know what she meant by sympathizing with Altera, but I guess like it gotten so much popularity, it became part of her power regimen or list of powers. Just like the part where Celestia, she managed to go into a giant fire sword and fire elemental kind of thing, and managed to like push back the fight or end the fight, but it was only temporary. But Altair is a little bit different. But we also see to it that that in order for her to keep her powers or something, it's supposed to like go with all the readers for Celestia. But for Altair, everyone is like accepting it. So it was pretty like tense for me. Not too bad. It was pretty cool and all. But we also see to it that Meteora does explain that there is a weakness for Altair, because I think there's a certain limit that she can use her powers for in order to like maintain herself in the world. If she overdoes it, she'll like she will like get pushed out or something. Aside from that, we have to it that Alistair decides to let her creator go. After much talk here and there of what's bound to happen, Alistair decides her next move. As for Meteora and the others, they decide to like talk about what's the next move next. But apparently, overall, in a simple way, I'm just gonna tell you right now. In order to like defeat Altair, they have to make a freaking powerful, impactful story in order to like face Altair head on and put her into a freaking cage or bird cage, whatever you want to call it. That was the conversation between the entirety of Sota's group with Celestia, Meteora, and Kanoya and Yuya, etc., along with the other creators, is like make a story to a point where you could fight Altair or defeat her, which is something that it's going to be hard to do, because I'm pretty sure like you're going to have to get the publishers and the other companies and many others to try to work on this in order for things to like succeed. But sometimes things don't work out that way, and doing crossovers might take a lot more work than usual. Although like I'm not an expert on knowing like how long crossovers can take, I do know that like at least most of us, or we do know that doing like certain series, trying to do crossovers or trying to like see our characters could like go head to head in a simple like fan service or fan fictional kind of way for people to enjoy is not easy. But aside from that, Meteora's point is like we have to make a story to a point where we can actually fight Altair head on and put her into a location where she can't escape from. So that's about it. But after the credits, we have to it that the post-credit scene where Tokar Blitz talks with like Altair for a bit. And what's more ugly is that there's a new character that came out, and judging by the look of his clothing, it might look familiar to Celestia. I looked at it carefully and I'm like, oh no, don't tell me who I think that is. I think it might be who I think it is, and if it is, then we got some serious crazy on our hands right now, because that clothing looks familiar to Celestia, just only in male uniform. So we can't expect him to actually be part of the role in the series, but we don't really know exactly how impactful he will be eventually. But if he's working for Altair, things will get more ugly and complicated in the end, though we are about to be bound to find out. But whatever the case may be, it's gonna be really, really hectic from here on out. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm out for Zero, people. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, right? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toodaloo.